Good morning. Good morning and welcome. I'm Phil Domensic, Superintendent of the Cornwall-Lebanon School District, and it is very much my pleasure to welcome you to our 24th annual Veterans Day Breakfast program here in the Cornwall-Lebanon School District. If you could please rise now, if you are able, for the Honor Guard presentation of colors, which will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for our national anthem.
Honor Guard, hands up, forward arms, forward march. Present arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so
Please be seated. Thank you, Mrs. Leslie Rauschen and the Cedar Crest High School Concert Choir. And also thank you to Mr. Jared Dowder and the Cedar Crest Middle School Falcon Ensemble for the patriotic music that they provided as everyone was entering this morning. As we begin this morning, just a few general comments. It is very fitting that we also pause for a moment to remember those who have served proudly and bravely and yet have gone ahead before us, some with years of service and some also at a very young age. We have set a missing man table in their remembrance at the stage near our country's flag. So if we could please just take a moment of silence to honor their service and their lives with our memories. Thank you. For the breakfast part of our program, you will be served at your tables by Cedar Crest High School students in the Battle Buddies Club and also district administrators. These students and their advisors, Dr. Steve Thompson and Ms. Melissa Guy-Nash, set up the drive of honor as you entered this part of our campus here in the back. Another item of importance, the restrooms are located right back through the doors where you entered underneath the clock, on the double doors, and just down the hallway ahead on the left-hand side. Please enjoy your breakfast, and our program will begin at about 9:20 a.m. Thank you. in your program where the many people who are responsible for today's event planning, preparation, and implementation are listed. I'd like to thank all of them. I'd also like to thank Amy Wissinger, who is the coordinator of this event, and all the people listed in the program. If we could please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. We are going to move on with our program now, and we do have an honored guest speaker for today, and that is Lieutenant Colonel Rick Emler. Rick was born in Munich, Germany, where his parents were stationed with the Army at that time in support to the Vietnam War. He was raised just northwest of Pittsburgh in Hookstown, PA. He enlisted in the Navy in January 1987, attended basic training at Naval Training Center, San Diego, California, and Hospital Corpsman School at Balboa Naval Hospital. He was assigned to Fleet Hospital 4 and later to the Fleet Marine Force Atlanta, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. During Operation Desert Storm, he was activated, but never left Norfolk, Virginia. Rick later obtained his Bachelor of Science degree from Indiana University of Pennsylvania and 2 Master's in Science degrees from the University of Iowa. He commissioned into the Army in 1999, assigned to the Pennsylvania Army National Guard as a 65 Delta Physician Assistant. His operational experience includes combat tours to Kosovo and Iraq. During the COVID pandemic, he was activated to service and appointed as a COVID response task force surgeon. Rick has attended numerous military schools and trainings, including the United States Army Command General Staff College and Army Flight Surgeon Training. On September 30th, 2023, he was United States Senate confirmed for promotion to the rank of Colonel, 06. He is anticipating pinning on that rank in the near future. Rick and his wife Terry have been married for 28 years at a residence of Cornwall, and here in the Cornwall-Lebanon School District. Terry is the Vice President of Human Resources at MBC Companies in Lebanon. Their sons Casey and Cooper Emler, both are graduates of Cedar Crest High School 2018 and 2023 respectively. Casey is a nuclear reactor systems physicist and engineer with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission in Washington, D.C. Cooper is a sophomore nursing student at the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina. The entire family has been longtime participants, volunteers, and supporters in numerous Cedar Crest High School activities. Rick currently is employed by the Lebanon Veterans Hospital, where he has more than 20 years of service. He hopes to relay to all in attendance this morning the power of one in military service. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Colonel Rick Emler.
Good morning, all. Welcome and thank you to all the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, coasties, and guardians in attendance. If you're not sure what a guardian is, it's a member of our country's youngest military branch, the Space Force. I really want to welcome them as space cadets. I know. That term had a totally different meaning when I was a teenager. Thank you to our honored guests, our dependents, and community members in attendance, those who support us in military service both at home and abroad. To our teachers and school support staff, thank you. Like Mr. Andrew Geisselman, who sent letters and greetings to me and my fellow soldiers in Iraq from his classroom in Cornwall Elementary. To Mr. Travis Gundrum, whose students know of his proud service with the Marine Corps. To Ms. Amy Wissinger, who plans and actions this event every year. To Dr. Stephen Thompson, the advisor to the Cedar Crest High School Battle Buddies Club. These are only several examples I will single out in the essence of time. My list goes on and on with many others. Like the anonymous neighbor who just showed up when I'm away, mows the grass for my wife, and leaves. Please now join me in thanking the entire Cornwall-Lebanon School District for instilling in our students the ideals of honesty, integrity, and self-reliance. Those qualities and values motivate our sons and daughters to be citizens of action and high character, citizens who volunteer to serve in the profession of national defense. I currently serve as a proud member of the 28th Infantry Division, Pennsylvania Army National Guard, in VA Medical Center. Our director, Mr. Jeff Byler, and our staff send you all sincere Veterans Day well wishes. Our staff, many of whom are school district residents, are committed to fulfilling President Abraham Lincoln's promise to care for him and her who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan. Several very recent notable achievements I want to share. Lebanon has been named the #1 of 170 medical centers across the country for patient experience. This is the 4th year in a row for that award. Very proud of that at the hospital. Additionally, the hospital received a 5-star rating from the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Lebanon is the only VA hospital in Pennsylvania to receive a 5-star rating. For you science nerds out there like me, the new pharmacogenomics testing for veterans is now available at Lebanon for no cost, I which have had that testing. This testing helps optimize the use of nearly 40 commonly used prescribed medications by adjusting their doses depending on their unique metabolism and genetic markers. I was humbled when asked to speak before you today. Just recently, I was reflecting upon my career and what it truly means to be a professional member of the United States military and why it's important. I think it all comes down to one. One person, one interaction, one song, one day, etc. How can one make such a difference in a career, a life, or our world? First, we need to talk about zebra. Often the first question I'm asked to children I speak to while in uniform is, how many people have you shot? Never fails. Throughout my 33+ years in the United States military, the answer to the question has always been 0. Despite extensive years of soldering skill training, weapons training to include advanced weapons, I am very happy to report that number is 0. When they look at me puzzled, I say the reason it makes me happy is that it's actually my job to provide aid to those injured and sick. I treated countless military members and civilians, both on the battlefield and from the conflict surrounding them. If I do my job correctly, hopefully no one I care for suffers needless pain, disability, or in the worst case, death. To my best recollection, I have saved dozens from disability and death and treated and protected thousands of others from illness, injury, and disease. So now we need to address the number 1, why it's so powerful and why it means so much to me, and why I'm sharing it with you. I can tell you if I had $1 for every American citizen I've met in my life who told me they wished they would have served, and another $1 for every prior service member who said to me, I wish I would have stayed in, I'd be a very rich man. I'd have enough to donate. Dr. Benson and I just had this discussion, and we'd build a new Cedar Crest High School. All those people had their reasons for not enlisting or staying in to retire, but I can't help to think to myself, they would have joined or stayed in if it was easy. Well, it's not easy. We're going to welcome some new service members later. All those veterans and actively serving service members in the room, you've missed birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, funerals, job promotions, the list goes on and on. You know it's not easy, but yet you served and many of you stayed. So enough of the dollars. Why is one so powerful? The Star-Spangled Banner is only one song. It's only one gold star displayed in the window of a Gold Star family in remembrance. It's only one heroic, usually life-ending event that earns the Medal of Honor. It was only one aged prior Army lieutenant that I had amazing long talks with. He had served under Hal Moore during the infamous Battle of the Idrag Valley, the first major battle of the Vietnam War. It was only one veteran I cared for on multiple occasions who actually parachuted into France on D-Day and through his actions was awarded the Medal of Honor. Lastly, I'll share with you my personal and profound experience in the military. The event that made all the training and sacrifice make sense to me. My most powerful and enduring one was a simple kiss. It was not a kiss from my lovely devoted wife Terry who's in the room, although I do cherish all of those. It was not a kiss from family or friends during those emotional and patriotic moments when leaving home or returning from abroad. It actually was a kiss from a man. He was about my age, who I did not know. He was a father with children about the same age as my own, and he was an Iraqi citizen. Our first and only meeting was in a remote outpost in Iraq during a period of high-tempo combat operations. One of his children was unfortunately very seriously injured. He, his wife, and other children remained in the small aid station due to safety and other reasons. Despite prolonged and extensive resuscitative interventions from my team of young medics and myself, we were unfortunately able to save the life of his child. Many of those medics were barely out of high school themselves, not much older than any of you junior or senior students in this room. Those young men and women could have never imagined the high level of medical care they would be performing thousands of miles from home, in other than ideal conditions. After all attempts were exhausted, the father walked over to me and without words gave me a hug and a simple kiss on the cheek. An incredible act of thanks in a time of immense sorrow. It was at that moment I realized the importance of the American professional service member and what perhaps how many in the rest of the world view us. Yes, we can and do defend democracy and human freedoms through incredible military might beyond reproach. But more importantly, the American service member provides hope and care to humans across the globe. Humans in despair beyond anything any of us could imagine, or hopefully ever will. The professional military member provides protection and hope for American citizens, as well as for millions of others around the world, who otherwise could not protect themselves. My hope with my very personal address to you is that you all realize you hold the power you want. This might be through selfless military service, whether in the past, present, or our future. I thank you all, and happy Veterans Day.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Elmer, for your impressive service to our country and also for sharing that message this morning. What a powerful message. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing that message. You know, it is always a privilege to be able to gather here today to honor our veterans, to celebrate those that have served in the past, those that have served are serving presently, and those that will serve in the future. And as I came in this morning and drove to the campus, and as I usually do, I look over there and you see, of course, the VA looming over Cornwall-Lebanon School District. I was thinking about my great-grandparents who immigrated from Europe to the United States in the early 20th century. And as they came through Ellis Island, they were penniless, they were uneducated, they could not speak English. But as my grandparents and parents shared with me, they were hopeful. And just that hope that Lieutenant Colonel Elmer talked about, they had that hope then. They believed in the American dream, as so many others have. They were grateful for all the freedoms that lay ahead in this great country. And they also had an appreciation, as many of you do, for what life is like in other countries under different regimes and different governments, because you've been there. And where freedoms are not always available. And we live in a time where there is certainly much criticism today of our country. And yes, we certainly have our problems, we have our challenges. However, as I think about all the things that we have here, how incredibly blessed we are to live in a country where we have rights and freedoms that so many other people around the world are envious of. And we have these freedoms because of you, because of your service, because of your sacrifice. And as a school district, we believe that we have a responsibility to teach this to our students, to teach an appreciation of what it means to be an American, and to respect those who have sacrificed for you. So that is why today is truly one of the most important days that we have here in the Cornwall-Lebanon School District, and we are very proud to have all of you here with us. If only we could have all of our nearly 5,000 students in the school district attend this program every year, but due to space, obviously, we cannot. That is why this program is live streamed and is made available to be shown in parts of it within all of our classrooms and all of our schools throughout the district. And if you do want to share this as well, there will be a link on the district website. And of course, there is much discussion today about what should be taught in our schools, but teaching gratitude for service, the sacrifice of our veterans, the cost and value of freedom should be a priority in every school district in this country. And these are things that we do believe that are very important to teach here at Cornwall-Lebanon. So thank you all for joining us today as we honor you and as we educate and teach our next generation with this program here today. Thank you. We do have some special guests and veterans to welcome today that I'd like to note, and then we're going to recognize some of our seniors who have made commitments to join military service upon graduation. We do have, I'd like to just introduce these individuals. If you could just stand or give a wave here, that would be great. We have Madison Clacco, South Region Field Director for U.S. Congressman Dan Muser's office, 9th District. Thank you, Madison, for being here on behalf of Representative Muser. We also have State Senator Chris Gebhardt for the 48th, who's with us this morning. We also have Lebanon County Commissioner, Mr. Mike Kuhn. He did have to leave for a commissioner's meeting, but he was here with us this morning. We also have State Representative John Schlegel from the 101st, who is with us. Thank you, John, for being with us. And we have from the Cornwall-Lebanon School Board President, Mrs. Ruth Ann Schlegel, Mrs. Sue Diefenbach, and Mr. Jeff Snyder, who is also a veteran who served in the National Guard. So thank you for being here as well. We have several guests here in attendance who have served in World War II and may be with us today. Could you please raise your hand if you are with us? I see we have a few out there. A few of the names that we had: Mr. William Long, U.S. Army, Mr. Bill Eisenhower, Army, and Mr. Frank Steller, the Army. And congratulations, Mr. Steller, on that milestone birthday back in September, 100th birthday. So congratulations to you, sir. And congratulations. Thank you all for being here. Our World War II veterans. It's an honor to have you along with everyone else with us here today, so thank you. We're very honored by your presence. We have many district students and staff members who have informed us that they have immediate family members who are currently serving in the military at home or abroad. About 130 of those students and their family members are in attendance today, representing 80 of the approximately 124 military families in the district of which we are aware. And we are also very pleased that you are able to join us today. And also with us today are many of the 14 district staff members who have informed us that they are veterans. Breakfast has also been sent to those that may be unable to attend because they are teaching class or they are serving the district in other ways in their other roles. And last, but certainly not least, it gives us great pleasure to welcome our district veterans and guests that are representing all branches of the military and holding service records that include wars and conflicts during World War II, in Korea, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, in Vietnam, Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, the Gulf War, Afghanistan, and peacetime service. So we thank you all for coming here this morning. We are very honored by your presence. Thank you so much for being here. One of the things that we've done in recent years is we've had the pleasure of introducing our Cedar Crest High School seniors who have informed us that they have committed to begin military service following graduation this spring or awaiting decisions from military academies. I'd like to ask our Cedar Crest High School seniors to please come to the stage. I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and to tell our veterans here about your plans. We're very proud of our Cedar Crest High School seniors and their commitment to service.
I'm Lucas. I plan on joining the National Guard and then going into the State Police Academy after high school. And here's this guy.
I'm Branson. I joined the National Guard to just serve, and I also plan on going to the State Police Academy just like Lucas.
I'm Calvin, and I plan to go to the United States Air Force after high school.
My name is Lydia. I plan on joining active duty Army after high school.
My name is Caden, and I'm enlisting in the United States Marine Corps after high school.
Thank you. You know, I always, when you listen to all this thing that we hear about young people today, I'm always very proud of the graduates, and this is one of these days where we're particularly proud too, where we have young men and women who are prepared to serve their country. That should make us all very proud and hopeful. So thank you all for being here this morning. Let's give them a round of applause. We do appreciate that, your commitment to serve. I also know that we have several of your recruiters here, I believe, that are here to support you. Would they please stand and be recognized? Thank you for being here. At this time, I'd like to invite Mrs. Leslie Rouchet and the Cedar Crest High School Concert Choir to return to the stage, steps to sing a tribute to the armed services.
Throughout this piece, tribute to the armed services, the following branches will be listed in order of Army, Marines, Coast Guard, Navy, and Air Force. We ask that all veterans please rise if you are able to do so when the name of your respective branch is called out. Cedar Crest High School Concert Choir thanks you for your service. Army!
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Marines!
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land, and sea. First we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor honorably. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
Coast Guard!
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. Through howling gale and shot and shell to win the victory. Send their practices our guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready to or die. I Coast Guard, we fight for you.
Navy!
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college doors, please sail and bring up day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, hail to the foe, until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home.
Air Force!
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come to meet our thunder, and the boys give her the gun. Down we dive, smelting a flame from under, off with one terrible roar. We live in flame, we're down in flame, where nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. America, America, Lord, shine His grace on thee.
Will all veterans please rise if able to do so?
How beautiful our heroes through in liberating strife, who more than self their country love, and mercy more than thine. America, America, may God
Great job, thank you, and thank all of you for being here. Thank you for a great tribute. And a very special thanks also to VFW 23 for their honor guard service. Always honored that you're able to be here and to participate in our program. Thank you for that. We do hope that all of you enjoyed our program this morning. Before we leave today, we'd like to ask that everyone please stand as you are able for the retiring of the colors, and then remain standing for the playing of caps.
Honor guard. Hands up. Point arms. Forward. March. Present arms. Port arms. Retrieve flags. Right face. Forward. March.
Thank you once again for coming. Please travel home safely. Thank you.